The two-parter.
Yeah, I sense this was the end of the story here. All right, here we go. All right, welcome everybody. This is the Marvel Minute. I am Brandon, as always, joined by Trevitt. Trevitt, what's up?
Nothing much. Just watching War for the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, sounded like Game of Thrones there. I heard him talk about the North at one point, I think, or something like that, and I was thrown off. But yeah, we're talking Miss Marvel 30 this week. I forgot to put up a poll, and then I'm like, oh well, here's some irony that happened that worked out for us. John Wayne's been asking for Miss Marvel to get covered on something, anything really. So we're going to talk a little Miss Marvel here. He got his wish this week. Writer is G. Willow Wilson. So this is my first G. Willow Wilson book, I have to say. Art team is Nico Leon, Ian Herring, and VC's Joe Caramagna. So I got a little blurb here before we get into the action. The end of this two-part story started with number 29. Good old me forgot to put up a poll this week, so we decided to roll with the long-standing listener request that happened to coincidentally drop this week as well. So here we are to briefly discuss a Miss Marvel book, which I've never read before and had no idea what to expect going into. So I was hoping for maybe a little Saved by the Bell with superpowers going on. Let's see what we ended up getting. The issue begins at Coles Academic High School, where we got, is this girl with the headdress on? Is that Miss Marvel? Or is that somebody else?
That's just one of her high school friends.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I wanted to clear that up to get going here, because I literally had no idea who even Miss Marvel was in this book when I started going through it. But yeah, the issue begins with some girls. They're kind of hanging out in the bathroom, the girls' bathroom of Coles Academic High. That's where everybody attends, and they're freaking out because they just saw some new girl in school who they're trying to figure out, is she or is she not a supervillain? When one of the group comes bursting into the bathroom and she's like, I just saw this girl crush a locker door with her bare hands. So she basically all but confirms their suspicions, that chick's probably at least has the ability to be up to no good. Then we check in on our hero of the issue, Kamala. She's in her Miss Marvel attire chasing after some dude who looks like he's stealing a satellite. Is that
yeah, it is a satellite.
Like, what the fuck is going on here? So yeah, he's just running down the street with a satellite in his hand. I didn't know you could just pick those up. I thought they were a little heavier than that. She's chasing him down and gets an assist from this dude named Red Dagger. He jumps on his back and squishes the guy carrying the satellite, and then Miss Marvel and Red Dagger kind of make goo eyes at each other for a little bit. They maybe possibly have a little thing going on. They're trying to find out before they end up going their separate ways, really not solving anything at this point. And we head back to what I will refer to here on out as CAHS, Coles Academic High School. So yeah, the first thing that caught my attention on this page is I'm like, is there someone literally laying in the middle of the goddamn steps to this
That's
school?
Miss Marvel. Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's Miss Marvel. She's got
what's she doing? Is she just tired from fighting crime all night or something?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. She was up all night fighting crime, so now she's taking a nap before school on the stairs. She's got those things that you put over your eyes so you don't get any light.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. And they're she's with her group of girlfriends here, and they're hanging out talking when this supervillain chick just comes walking up the stairs, and she's got this group of followers now who just kind of wander around with her as she talks. Kind of a real Mean Girls-esque thing going on here. When Miss Marvel gets the idea to I'm going to go confront this girl, scope her out, see what's going on. So she does that. It does not go well for her, because it is revealed that this girl is really this villain named Doc X in disguise. So she grabs Miss Marvel by the throat, that has a whole supervillain showdown, basically threatens her and tosses her aside. and is basically like, yeah, what the fuck you gonna do about it? Yeah, so that scene kind of ends like that. I'm gonna throw a little clip in here. If nobody's heard it, it's just some old guy talking shit to this redneck that tried to confront him about his parking job in front of the liquor store. It is a top 5 hysterical internet moment, but yeah, so we'll slide that in here. It reminded me of this scene basically. But yeah, then we go to like I don't know. You'll have to tell me about this scene with this dude who's talking to the girl with the green hair and the pink dress. I don't know what this is all about. He likes Miss Marvel too.
Yeah, he's her best friend. And then the first series,
he's friend zoned, huh?
Yeah, well, kind of. I mean, they were friends, and then I guess I gather this because I haven't read every issue of Miss Marvel, but I think like in the previous 20-issue series, the one right before Secret Wars, he left to go to school in Wakanda, and now he just came back in the last issue, the beginning of this arc, and this is like his ex-girlfriend, one of Kamala's friends named Mike, a girl named Mike.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't know if there was a whole trans thing going on there or not. I didn't.
No.
Okay.
He's just named Mike. I don't know why.
But yeah, so he's got like this leg thing on too. Like it looks like Wakandan tech, possibly like Rhodey has in Iron Man the movie. Did he like fuck up his leg somehow or something? Something happened to him?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Someone with more who read the whole
previous
9 issues would know. Yeah.
I imagine like he got caught up in one of Kamala's supervillain fights or whatever, and maybe got hurt and went off to Wakanda to get fixed. Maybe that's what I'm all piecing together in my head. I was too lazy to really look it all up. So
he's like a genius or something, and they accepted him into their science academy. So he went there to learn how to because they're advanced. Yeah, to learn science things because they're an advanced society.
Yeah, so while he's talking to Mike on this boardwalk, they get run up on, not like, in an evil way, but like handed this flyer by the Mean Girl crew, and it's like some spring fling dance they are gonna put on or run at school, I guess. And then we kind of turn the page and we're at this dance.
Yeah, I thought this was funny for a minute because I turned the page and I'm like, did I miss it? Because normally in a story like this, it's 6 issues, and then you'd see this dance like towards the end, and there'd be more stuff to come. But no, you just turn the page and boom, you're at the dance.
Yeah, everyone's they just skip the whole getting ready for it all, and we're at the spring fling. It's again run by like this mean girl, and she's up on stage as soon as the band takes a break. After everyone's kind of dropped off and at the scene. And I don't really know what she's saying, but she gets interrupted. She doesn't really get much out. She's like, yeah, welcome to the spring fling, before the microphone's just yanked out of her hands by one of Kamala's friends. And she's like, you're a supervillain. And everyone just starts like busting out laughing at, I don't know this girl's name really, but they're laughing at her.
I forget her name. I know she used to be like the head cheerleader, and then I think she used to be that girl, the one who's on the stage.
Okay. Yeah, just like having a breakdown because she's not popular anymore or something.
No, she decided that she was a lesbian and quit cheerleading. And
okay. That'd probably be the place you'd want to hang out if you were a lesbian person.
I know. I mean, if I'd be a cheerleader too. All girls around you all the time, shower together.
Like, you're changing with all the girls. That's the lesbian thing to do, right?
What the bonus of that is like girls, like when they take she gets in the showers with other girls, she doesn't have to worry about like getting a boner or something, and everybody
right.
She can just like sit there quietly and enjoy the view.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we're all talking out of turn. We know nothing about how any of this really works, but yeah, while she's on the stage, Kamala's in her gear and she's like trying to back up her friend, I guess. I don't really know what's going on here. She ends up on stage as well and tangled up in the microphone and falls down and rips this girl's skin off her body. Pretty damn gross. I could already hear Eric just saying gross if he was reading this book right now. And so we got the girl who's trying not to be a supervillain, kind of revealed to be a robot villain and now fighting Kamala. Red Baron comes in out of nowhere after Kamala,
Red Dagger.
yeah, Red Dagger, not Red Baron, and not Snoopy.
Yeah.
He comes and assists Kamala, and they end up just beating up this robot until she's dead on the ground, I guess. I don't know, like smoking. I'm not sure she's alive. What's going on? Yeah, and then all the relationships start, like, going through the course of relationshipy things, and Red Dagger decides now's not the time for him and Kamala. He's gonna go home, and the cheerleader or ex-cheerleader kind of looks like she's hooking up with some chick, and then the dude who just got back from Wakanda looks like he's trying to work his way back into Kamala's life. I don't know, anything you want to add here? I kind of really towards the end, when it was just relationship wrapping up time, I was like, all right, let's wrap this up. But
that pretty much wraps it all up.
Yeah. they literally just kind of run through everybody and where they stand in their life with their current relationship or significant other, I guess, as this issue closes. And next issue is the 50th issue spectacular. Would the last series end on some weird fucking number like 21 or something, or 19?
I think it was, yeah, it had to have been 21 because 50 is going to be issue 31. So
yeah, that's a weird way to end it, but yeah, so buy, borrow, or forget. I don't know. I didn't really enjoy this book a whole lot. I can see the appeal. Like if my daughter was 10 or 11 years old, I could toss her this thing, and I could see her, being into it way more than, me as a 36-year-old male. There's a crowd for it. It's obviously not me. I thought the art would actually be a little better inside the book, to be honest with you.
That's the guy. He worked with Bendis on Spider-Man, but his art style here is completely different.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if you went back and looked at the Spider-Man issues he did and then looked at this issue, you'd be like, is this the same guy? Like, I can't believe it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not going to pan it all together. Like, it's not garbage. It's definitely got a credit, but it's a borrow. Like, if you're into the young adult kind of comic book scene, this might be something you enjoy. Some people in the Get Fresh crew I know really like it. Shout out John Wayne. But yeah, I'm going to lean towards borrow. I didn't really have a lot of fun. I thought some of it was a little too ridiculous. I can see like the relationships and stuff that have been built throughout the series, though. So I can see why that being a reason someone enjoys it, and stuff like that. Kind of like my old fandom with Venom Space Knight. I read all of it, and some of those side characters and stuff I really got into, and things like that. So kind of that effect going on here. But yeah, I'm going to lean towards borrow. What do you think?
I think for what it was pretty good. I liked the last issue because we read it for the Madness cast. The art is it's decent. It fits with the previous art on this series, and I think the colorist has always been there, so it kind of feels more fluid art-wise for the whole entire 50 issues. I like I think on terms of like a young adult kind of comic book, or like a teenage, like 16-year-old, like it does do a good job if that's the audience, which, judging by some of the letters, that is a big chunk of the audience. And I think it does a good job of like conveying high school anxieties and relationships, and also addressing like being different than everybody else, and like the group of all the different kids all being together. It was all right. It was a little goofy, but I think it's supposed to be goofy. I like Miss Marvel more here than I do in any other book that she's in. In every other book, she comes off as like kind of like a real like goody good and
preachy SJW kind of character.
And in this book, you just see her as like the person, like a normal kid. Yeah, she's like a normal kid, very goofy. Just dealing with her life, and I enjoyed that a lot more than I normally do when I get her in a book. For me, for what it was, like, I mean, I enjoy reading it. I thought G. Willow Wilson did a good job with the writing. It's solid writing, even if it's like it's not technically for me. I thought she did a good job with it. So all in all, like you, it's not exactly for me, but it's a buy. You know, it's well written. It was a good 2-issue story. And I might go back and read the previous trades just to check out, because I'm interested in what was going on, where that kid went, and all that stuff. Like now I'm curious, so I might check it out. But yeah,
that's where we're at. So buy and a borrow for Miss Marvel 30. I will get a poll up for you guys this week. Got a bunch of books out. Next week, this was a tough week for books. Other than Spider-Man 800, it felt like Marvel didn't want to overshine that bad boy. So it was a slow release week, kind of, even though 5th week of the month,
really was.
It tends to happen sometimes. So fresh week, fresh month next week. We'll be back with you guys then. And until then, you can find the poll on my Twitter at Beamer3660. And Trevitt will retweet that at Trevitt. So we will talk to you guys next week. Peace out.
Peace.